Dave Chappelle is good enough that he can be just good and it's still better than most comics.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like at the very beginning he was setting it up to be like fishbowl good. You know when he picks a fishbowl and he says, "And I kicked her in the pussy" is my punchline, and then it comes back later and you're like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. I thought he was doing that at the beginning with, hey, I'm about to go through all my specials and tie some loose ends. And then it wasn't really that. It was really just that one piece of subject.
Yeah, but I don't feel like he had as many loose ends.
I didn't think he did too. I didn't really like that idea at the beginning, but I was like, okay, I'll go with that premise.
I keep hearing what you're saying.
I kind of wanted him to do something
but
new.
You're selfishly saying this as a writer for you. You're like, hey, you promised closer. What I would do is I would.
Well, if he promised that at the beginning, I actually wouldn't. I would do something, a new thing. I just felt like, I was like, okay, but if you're gonna go back through, maybe this will be brilliant. I think he's really fixated on the fact that he offended trans people, and I think he's like really fixated in like, that's not what I was saying, you know. But I don't know. It's like I would just fucking drop it. I would just be like, do something else.
Yeah, but I think he's just adding to the fact that, like, even when me and you were talking about rap music and how rap music is the only genre where you can say, I killed niggas in the head and I drank and I raped his wife and I motherfucking blah, blah, because you don't care what happens to the black man. You don't care. You don't care, huh?
Country, the old countries.
Old country, and they shut it down, didn't they? They don't do it no more. We're the only genre that you allow it to because you don't care what happens to us. We're the only genre that you can sell ad space to about murder, about rape, about this, about what goes on, because you don't care about us. Gruden, let's go back to him. The point. The Raiders coach who's been a fucking NFL coach for God knows when. He did an email that came out 10 years ago of racial comments, all this kind of stuff. Players have went on fucking record many times saying he's a bad person, he is racist, he is this, he is that. Guess what? We do not care, nigga boy. Go back, play football, shut the fuck up. The moment that man said something that is homophobic, he had to resign.
I mean, it's very case in point right there, yeah. And that happened this week.
This is all this man is saying. That is it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not.
I don't know, whatever. It just didn't, it wasn't as funny to me as the other specials were.
I can get with that.
That's my bottom line.
I'm not mad at that argument. That's not been people's argument.
Yeah.
No one's argued that. I actually said that and when we watched it. I said, this ain't his best special, but I do enjoy it. It's good. It's cool. I can understand why this is going to rile things up, but also I think that was the point, is to get the actual exposure and to get eyes on it. They should probably need to go above and beyond to get eyes on it. Probably not, but in the same breath, sometimes you have to go as extreme as you can to get people to actually have a real conversation.
Do you think he's saying that racism should be like brought up to the level of homophobia overall? Like I think that's what he's saying, is that like, if DaBaby said that about black people, it should be met with the same reaction as when he said that about gay people? Or is he saying that like everyone should chill?
I don't know. I think he's a comedian, so I think you're gonna end up. It could be either or. I think he might feel like.
I think that's why the means feel like they're to pit people against each other, or the ends of the mean, whatever. The means might be to make a joke, but the ends might be to pit people against each other. Unless he's saying that we should be just as offended, but it sounded like he didn't like that people were offended. So no, it's like, should we not be offended about anything?
I don't think he was saying that. I don't think he was saying that at all.
Okay.
I think he was saying exactly what I've even said on this show many times. Is one of my coach's favorite things to say was, I don't ask you to be good. I don't ask you to be bad. I just ask you to be consistent. And that is how I feel about everything across the board. I don't even ask necessarily understand or to agree with everything, because I live in a reality where we will not agree with everything that someone does, says, or whatever. PC culture has made people believe that we can, and that's not true. And I think that's Abraham Lincoln had a quote. I know you probably didn't see that pivot coming. Abraham Lincoln had a quote.
I also feel like you're gonna give a for every shot you miss. It's like, that's a Michael Jordan quote.
No.
What is it?
Abraham Lincoln's quote was more close, like, we strive for perfection, knowing that we will never get there, but that each day closer is a better me, or something like that, right? Society has lied to themselves in trying to tell ourselves that eventually we can get to perfection. I think we should still strive. But I also do live in a space where understanding I won't necessarily agree with everyone, with everything. This show was created to understand people more. The show was created so we can have conversations and understanding. Yeah. I ain't never say the show was for me and you to get on here and agree at all times.
Right.
It's for us to understand. I'm not again saying Chappelle is right with every single thing he said and how he delivered it, blah, blah, blah. But I understand 1,000% what he's trying to convey. And I think at times people, and it's nothing against them because I'll probably be the same way. I'm passionate when it comes to black issues. I'm passionate when it comes to issues that pertain to me because you do have to prioritize issues, which sucks, but you do. And I know it doesn't seem real, but you do. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, my issue is that my ancestors still been asked for the same shit for 400 some years in this country and we can't get it. So when other people are trying to get you to join their issues, it becomes kind of like I would like to. I do. And I am a part of your issue and I am going to be here to help. But we ain't even corrected our shit yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like consistency is key. I ain't never said R. Kelly shouldn't get canceled. I said Elvis Presley should too. I ain't never said blah, blah, blah should get canceled. I said I'm going to always be about consistency. Don't tell me that you can have all R. Kelly's music pulled off YouTube, which I understand. I have it all put off YouTube, but then you can't pull Kevin Spacey movies off streaming platforms. It's about consistency.
Yeah.
You're not giving that across board because black people have always taken the back seat to whatever consistency that white people try to. And again, well, like you said, white people can see themselves in gay people because they are them as well. So it's more empathy there.
Wasn't he kind of saying that, like, yeah, he said this bad thing about gay people and yeah, he shot a person. His conclusion wasn't so DaBaby should be canceled completely. His conclusion was kind of like, you're just saying that his conclusion was that we just don't equate these things. And I know that it's not his job as a comedian to give us an actionable item, but it's also like there is no actionable item to say that these are unequated other than it turns into people kind of being pit against each other, which like I just feel like is bad for progress.
There's no actionable item? Like
the actionable the actionable item that everybody should be just as offended about gay issues as everything else, or that the gay people need to calm down and stop being so offended.
The actionable item is simple. It's equality. And then we get into all these other combos other than what the fucking actionable item is equality.
Yeah.
It's treating people and treating people of color who have experienced this at a much larger scale. Not saying that being like that obviously the LGBT community is a greatly oppressed group here as well, and in every place in the world, honestly. Mm-hmm. But here within this country and what goes on, our group has not gotten any. We can't get people to agree our lives matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just becomes the issue of like, yeah, it sucks that he had to bring that example, but you ain't listening to, oh, if a white man it happens, then ain't no problem. You're not even listening to that issue. It's like, well, it's this real argument. But let me bring up another, and you might say he's obsessed with it. I don't know if he's obsessed with it. I don't know if he has.
It's like he's like, I'm defending people I don't care, but I'm going to tell this 30-minute story about how I have a black trans friend. But it's not really a friend. It's kind of a power dynamic where I work with them, and they're kind of like my token trans person because I've been called out for offending. Oh, token trans friend. I said, oh, it's like if I was a white comedian and I was like, here's my problems with black people, but I had a black comedian open for me, and in fact, it kind of turned into a discussion. That black comedian wasn't even good, but they were good by the end. It's kind of like that doesn't make
what was the
you.
Issue? What was the issue? Like, first of all, what is the issue? What's the issue? Like, this is my issue. What was the issue?
His or my like hypothetical issue?
Well, you said because you have to give a clear example. If you said it's like if I was saying this thing, so I want to know what's the issue.
Oh,
like what did Dave say that was the exact issue?
No, it just felt like he was very much like, and I liked his sentiment about like the only reason why they got fast tracked on this track. He said it as a joke, but he was like, I'm jealous of how quickly you went from unaccepted to extremely accepted
because white people are in it.
Because white people are in it. I thought that was a really fucking good point. In my mind, that was a good point. That was a good joke, and it just went like, for me, it went too long. It wasn't. The story wasn't insightful or funny enough to be for like the greatest comic of all time to be spending so much time on it for me. But that's just, that's my opinion, and he's a genius, and I still like respect him and that's his artistic choice, but I don't like, I don't know. I didn't think it was that insightful or funny. And it just kind of felt like it was his thing. Like nobody was really like, yeah, let's spend 45 minutes on this. And then it ended and I was like, that's it. So I was just a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I get
And
jealous.
the turf stuff I thought was a little like going a little too far. I don't know if it was like going too far as a joke. When he said he agreed with J.K. Rowling basically on being a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Like, I'm a feminist, but not for trans people. And he was like, that makes sense because I can't remember what his jokes were, but I just kind of was turned off by him labeling himself as
Well,
that.
that's the argument that people get into of like PC culture. They're like, you know, you hear people say, I'm against PC culture. You have these, you know, people who are obviously anti-PC culture, and then people who are like, hey, I'm pro-PC culture. I'm somebody that's definitely pro-PC culture. I am against extremists in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, same.
I think that people in PC culture a lot of times, and right now especially, are just overly sensitive, where they can know your heart. You can have a resume. You could be obviously wholeheartedly on the side of a thing, and if you say a joke, they can look at you dead in the face and know that you're joking and still say, not okay. And you're like, are we at a place where we just will never be able to say jokes again?
Yeah. I was watching like
a lot of other comedians feel as though Dave Chappelle is the GOAT and that he freed them, quote unquote, freed them of this. Did you send that over? No, freed them of this slavery that I just read an article that said Damon Wayans was on made a statement saying that he freed comedian slaves. And that we haven't been able to say anything we want because right now no one wants to really go out because everything is offending everybody. You can get canceled for anything. Will we ever get to a place where freedom of speech for comedians? I used to definitely believe that comedians were here to bring light to darkness.
Mm-hmm.
That's legitimately what I thought comedians were. We bring light to darkness. And I like that part of being a comedian. I like that style of comedy. So for someone of my stature that likes that style of comedy, I can openly say for sure I love dark humor, that it does make me feel like, will I ever get to a place where I can watch dark humor, and will people ever understand or agree, knowing that you know people's hearts? I know for a motherfucking fact, I stand with every oppressed group. I know for a motherfucking fact I'm an ally for sure of the LGBT community. I also know for a fact that you could tell me a black racist joke, and if it was good and well crafted and put together, I'd be like, nigga, keep it up, my brother.
Well, it's like an Always Sunny thing, you know, like it's like people are like, you can't say anything anymore. It's like, have you seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
But they're 5 white guys.
Well, they go there every time. And I think,
white guys can do what they want.
But I think Chappelle does the same thing. I'll put an asterisk and I'll say other than the special for me. Because most of the time, like I like that LGBT joke. I think a lot of people who have that category of something's PC or something's not PC were either offended or surprised other people or expected others to be offended by the LGBT bus joke. But I think from the inside, he had a really interesting, complex, smart, inside understanding of the community. Yeah. And so a lot of people went like, yeah, that is what it's like. That's really funny. And like people were like, you can't say anything anymore. And gay people were like, no, this is fine because like he gets it. And I think Always Sunny does that too.
No, I'm not even gonna lie either, because now we're gonna get deeper into it, Chris.
Some people did get offended by that.
Yep, and fuck you for that, because the LGBT community is already cluttered in the first place. It's crowded in the motherfucking first place.
Well, that's what the joke's about.
I know. Well, I'm just saying. I know.
Yeah.
It's the trans people coming back and slowing down the process. I know the joke for sure. But in the same breath, it's just like we're all different to begin with. So for you to be like, well, gay people are okay with it. If you're trans, you're not necessarily gay. So who are you to even fucking have an opinion on that?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is for me
well, I'm just saying the community is, to me, that is the unclear and blurred perspective within that community, is that everybody is not the same, right? It's like, just because you're gay does not mean that you are trans, and vice versa. So you can be an ally of both, but that doesn't mean that you should be like, well, we're gay people, we think that joke is hilarious, we're okay with it. You're like, oh, well, if trans people are hurt, then why does your voice matter? It's not the same group.
And there's also that Trump thing where the loudest voices are the one, you know, like where you might be in a group of gay people and they're like, well, I really like that special. And one guy's like, I didn't, and I would like to be heard. And it's like,
his voice?
And also the other people in the group might also be like, well, I thought it wasn't a problem, but look, like, I'm not gonna get in the way of you thinking it was a problem, so you let your voice be heard. And then all the straights are like, oh, they're all offended, and it's like, well, it's actually just that one guy.
I would actually like if we refer to heterosexual people as the straights more often. I would love to be like, oh God, the straights are here. And they're like, aren't you straight too? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I like saying the straights now.
No, I'm not. I'm just disappointed. I just wanted it to be something else, but that's okay.
You know what it is? I wasn't disappointed about Chappelle. I just get disappointed about America and just people and life, all of it in general. It just feels like right now everyone's against each other. So I'm not necessarily looking at it like two groups are pitted against each other. America is pitted against each other already. So it's just like everything just adds to that boiling water and hot flame of like, these are issues that could be fixed if we just fix the fucking issues and equality within America. But instead, we make it where we make everything else the issue. Instead of just giving people fucking equal rights across the board. Mm-hmm. Instead of treating people the way that you want to be treated. And all of that. We make it where all this other stuff is the issue. Him saying that is the issue. Well, guess what? If y'all niggas weren't oppressing gay people in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue.
Welcome to Wine and Weed. Smash that subscribe button, guys.
Smash it.
Smash it. Hit that like. Give us the 5 stars.
First time I feel like I was on a real YouTube show when you just said smash that subscribe.
Smash it. Smash it. I'm Chris Reinecker, a.k.a. The Chronosaur, a.k.a. The Goop in Your Gap, a.k.a. Your new baby daddy, a.k.a. your new camp counselor, a.k.a. the elusive moose, a.k.a. Saxophone Jones, a.k.a. That's pretty good, right? That was pretty good. A.k.a. La La La. And with me, as always,
I am Sterling Steelo Room, a.k.a. S the beach of your best of the breed, a.k.a. the third leg nurse, just me, a.k.a. concerned father, a.k.a. Black Mama, a.k.a. P Black Mamba, a.k.a. Stevenson. Stallington, your stylist, flyest nigga I know. And last but not least, Uncle Elroy, and with us as always. Oh, okay. Alana, hey, you came back now with us as always. But hey, Alana, you came back. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Your voice is always great. The facts are always read well. You're killing it.
You have AKAs, Alana?
AKA Zane's mom.
Oh,
that's
AKA,
your AKA.
I had another one.
You lived through him.
AKA Zane's mom.
I would live through Zane. Zane's
yeah,
the coolest
Zane
kid I've
coolest.
ever met. We gotta get Zane as a guest on the
If
podcast.
we get Zane on the podcast, he would kill it. It'd be crazy.
And this week we're gonna get into the news and talk about. We don't have a guest this week, but you know sometimes we like these little intimate episodes. It's Tuesday as well, so we are turning this baby around. When you see this on Wednesday, we have filmed it yesterday. So things may have changed, but maybe they haven't.
You know, just the two of you guys is people's favorite times usually.
Oh, you're just saying that.
No,
How much did I pay you for this?
I read the comments. I see people talk about
It's like 2 people, and one of them is you.
One of them is me.
The other ones are me.
Is Chris's murder account.
Don't I have 3 murder accounts? But it was great to have...
The upticks come from me for sure.
I also really did enjoy Roy last week. I feel like from now on when someone goes, what's a good episode? I'm going to be like, Roy Wood Jr. So if you haven't checked that out, the Roy Wood Jr. episode's hilarious.
Roy Wood was great, man. Yeah. You know, we got to get more comedians on. I think we're going to have, we were going to have one not that long ago, but now we're going to have, some more comedians coming up. If you guys don't know about this show, I'm pretty sure you do. All we do is we smoke a little weed, we drink a little wine, we talk about the news. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing that right now and probably arguing about some more race theories.
Let's do it.
Dean Cain blasts DC Comics' new bisexual Superman as bandwagoning. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Dean Cain slamming DC Comics for announcing that the new Superman is bisexual. The 55-year-old actor who starred ABC series Lewis and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman from 1993 to 97 took jobs at the comic book publisher during an interview. They said it's a bold new direction. I say they're bandwagoning, he said. Robin just came out as bi. Who's really shocked about that one? The new Captain America is gay. My daughter in Supergirl, where I played the father, was gay. So I don't think it's bold or brave or some crazy new direction. If they had done this 20 years ago, perhaps that would be bold or brave. The actor continued his on-air rant saying, brave would be having him fight for the rights of gay people in Iran, where they'll throw you off a building for the offense of being gay. They're talking about having him fight climate change and the deportation of refugees, and he's dating an activist, whatever a hacktivist is. Keynes claimed that the comic book makers were virtue signaling, then pivoted to a political rant in which he brought up Afghanistan. Why don't they have him fight the injustices that created the refugees whose deportation he's protesting, he said. That would be brave. I'd read that. We're fighting for the rights of women to attend school and have the ability to work and live, and boys not to be raped by men under the new warm and fuzzy Taliban. That would be brave.
So Dean Cain, just say what you really want to say. You want to write the new Superman. He's mad they won't let him write the new Superman. He's like, these are better fucking pilots than the one they have coming.
I did so much research on airspace in Afghanistan to write about Superman flying over Afghanistan. That now they're just not going in that direction. It would have been really brave.
Yeah, I mean,
I also thought he was going to be like, why doesn't he fight against, like, I thought he was going to be woke about it and be like, doesn't he understand that we fucked up Afghanistan?
How do you feel? I had a question. I guess we'll get a question off this. How do you feel about properties, quote unquote, fictional characters and different things? Do you think we should just use our minds and create new fictional characters, other characters that, we can write in whatever we want to write in? Or do you think that because people have fallen in love with these characters, they have every right to see these characters in new lights?
Ooh, it's a good question.
No.
I think somebody like Robin in Batman and Robin, who
It's
I think
clearly
people
gay.
have called out as coded as gay before.
He was clearly gay, yeah.
Yeah, or Bert and Ernie. Like, I think that is the right move to make them gay, even if that wasn't explicit before. But to create a character that was
the right move to make them gay? I think they should choose being gay, Chris.
No, I'm saying, to make the character that was already coded like that.
I'm joking.
Just more explicitly gay, like, that's not a problem. But I don't know. For me, I would, like, my instinct is to go, but to make characters that already kind of have a backstory, have a different backstory, which for the record is not what's happening here in Superman. Superman has a child, and that child is bisexual in this. It's not Lois Lane is this person's mom. So that is what they're doing here. But yeah, to just be like, James Bond is gay now, it would be like, shouldn't you just create a new Terry Bond? James Bond's brother?
I was asking that, and that brings another question. So then how do you feel about black or non-white, black or people of color playing white fictional characters growing up?
I have zero problem with that, so that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so why not just switch the person they're in love with? Why does that make the story different?
No, I'm literally just forming these questions.
And I literally just took a hit, so so you really cracked my mind open with that one.
Well, I was thinking that because this got me thinking because there's rumors, there's been this constant narrative that there might be a black Superman coming up, right? And there is a black Superman actually in the comic books. That nigga just didn't get as big a budget. He only had 2 books.
But he's like a different character in the Superman world.
He's a different character.
Kind of like Miles Morales.
Yeah. And my other question is, isn't it crazy that we live in a place that in order for us to wean white people off whiteness, we have to slowly give them digestible things for them to see these things in other life? I argue, I'm pivoting a little bit, but I argue that because Miles Morales, I don't even think Miles Morales works unless you give us Miles Morales first in a comic book and then in a cartoon before you can go into a live action and say, here is a biracial person, or here's a black person, or a Hispanic person playing Miles Morales. I think before that, white America would lose their shit. Like, this is our Spider-Man. But if you can slowly teach the kids at an early age, this is who Spider-Man is going to become, by the time they're 20, 15, 18, whatever it is, Miles Morales is already a household name.
Yeah.
In their movies, and you can give them live action. I just think it's kind of crazy that you have to wing America, though, off this racism. I think it's the right thing.
It's
in
because
some
people
cases.
see so much logic in stories, and that's why it blows your minds. You know, sometimes people will do progressive casting, and like
Nigga, a spider bit.
the mom will be white and the kid will be black, and then you accept that shit so fucking quickly. Like people just don't think you will. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're puppets.
Not listening.
No,
to
puppets
it.
can't
Not
talk.
listening to people saying things logic. You know why? Because a spider bit you, and now
Yeah,
you're a
exactly.
Spider-Man. Now I can fly across buildings. That spider bit me.
Yeah.
I have a new sketch.
Well,
too.
some people
You
all.
want a sketch? I tell you.
Oh, you want to tell it?
I kind of want to tell it, but I also feel like I should do it off camera. And it's about a black man that bit a white man, and he believes he's a black man. And he goes around trying to do all these black things.
Oh no.
But he's number one, not black. He has no black ability or whatever that is. But he
Black
wholeheartedly
ability.
believes he's black because he was bit by a black man one day. I just think the way they write superhero movies is just be a funny, random
That is
superhero.
fucking hilarious. But I'm
The
also
black
like,
man, that's
I don't
so
know if I
white
want
man.
to play that.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
I think it's funny, but I also think it's scary.
No, you write funny things.
Yeah, but it is very, very funny.
Yeah, I mean, you could end it that way if you want to, Chris. Don't be so dark, but yeah.
But it is kind of like a Rachel Doja's. What's her name?
Rachel Dozier.
Dozier.
Come on, get that black woman name right.
Why do we have to
Get that
remember?
black
Why do
woman
we
name
have to
right, Chris.
remember? Why do we have to remember her name?
Oh shit! 'Cause all she did was kept fucking vacation braids for 20 years, and we believed her. We was like, she was like, she might be black. She literally got up in the ranks. How white do you have to be, or be able to? White privilege is real. The fact that you can become the president of the NAACP as a white woman and we not know it, that is somehow you figured out
How
privilege.
many
in your head.
underlings do you think there are that are white women?
How many what?
How many underlings do you think there are that are white women?
That are? Oh, I just found out.
Like, do you think that she's the only white mole?
the white.
White mole.
I don't know if I don't even think that she intentionally wanted to be a mode. I think she fell in love with black culture and thought she really was that. I think she did. I don't even think she worked for nobody. Is what I'm saying. I think she was working for herself. Like she
Yeah.
really thought like us. Man, they trying to hold us down, right? And you're like, what are you talking about?
She's transracial.
She really believed she was a believer. Where is she at? Has anybody interviewed her or talked to her?
Should we see what she's up to?
She on Section 8 now. They just give her all nigga stuff. Spider-Man, yeah, it's just like I was looking at that and just saying, do we care about them changing?
So you have no problem with all of a sudden trying to think of one of your favorite characters.
I got you. I'll give you my
Who's your
favorite superhero. My favorite superhero that's white. Santa Claus. Favorite superhero that's white, that's fictional, that's not fucking real, that people fight all day about, and they don't want you to change the skin color. This nigga is not real. You made him up. Saint Nick. I'm sorry if we have anybody 5 and below watching this. If you somehow went from my unboxing video to this, I apologize. But Spider-Man, I said Spider-Man's not real. He's not. But Santa Claus is not real either. Santa Claus is not real, and people fight all day about that.
Zane's
I don't
not
have a
upstairs
fucking
hearing this.
no. I don't have a problem with any fictional character being changed to a different. The only one that I say
You're
might
gonna-
be a little weird is Black Panther because it's in his name.
Yeah. But you're
He's
down
from
with gay
Wakanda.
Santa.
I know.
You're down with gay Santa though.
Gay Santa.
What
Yeah.
happens to Mrs.
Yeah,
Claus?
what? I think I
kinda
love
honestly-
Saint Dick. I love Saint Dick. I wanted to just be a porno about gay Santa. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with gay.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, Santa kind of has gay
tendencies?
vibes.
What do you
All
think
those
is
little
gay?
men that work for him.
Yeah,
You
and
want
he
to mess with us, but gay people
flies
have going
around,
on.
kind of. He's jolly.
He's jolly.
You know, he's
Gay
like
people would like for
super
you to stop-
positive.
Stop
He's
believing
like
they're all jolly.
he's well dressed.
It's a lot of pressure.
He's got
he's got a look for
He does have a
sure.
look.
And I could totally see Mrs. Claus being kind of like his cover. You know, his
No,
gay.
they-
Is he a
best
gay
friend.
pimp then? Because he's definitely pimping for sure. Because he treats those
He flies all around the
reindeers-
world.
those reindeers.
Oh, you think he's pimping the reindeers? He's
Those
pimping the
reindeer-
reindeers out?
Do those reindeers have a good job or a good life?
Yeah,
I think they're
once a
celebs.
year.
Are you kidding?
They're
a great
celebs. Only one of them is a real celeb.
We
You
all of
know
them.
Dasher
I don't-
and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. You know
Ooh.
Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen.
Yeah.
But do you recall
Yeah,
The
the
greatest.
most famous reindeer of all, which I've always had a fucking trouble with because you know, but do you recall the most famous? You
Can I
just labeled
answer?
him the most famous.
Can I say
So why does it start with you know this, but do you recall? Like, shut the fuck up. They're the most famous. It's in the song. It just makes me really mad.
I'll tell you what makes me mad is that your whiteness just out there shining straight through. I didn't know any of that. Didn't know any of that.
That's more
we
LGBT culture. It's
We
Santa.
literally were just on ridiculousness, and we had to film 7 or 8 Christmas episodes recently, and I realized how much of a disconnect I have with white Christmas culture. Real shit. This is not even a joke. I don't know white Christmas. I only know Christian Christmas. Number one, because that's what the name comes from. And white people took it and just said, we're going to make this into this. I don't know any of the reindeers except for Rudolph.
So you never watched any of the Christmas movies?
I don't watch that white shit.
You guys do bobbing for apples during
No,
Christmas?
fam.
No.
You guys don't do bobbing for apples at
Nigga, that's
Christmas?
fuck up my face. I thought you were serious at first. I said, wait,
Oh, actually, we had
I
that
went
in
to school
school.
called Nia, guys.
Did you?
No, that's Halloween.
In school?
Oh, but apples wasn't Halloween.
It is
I
Halloween.
do remember
It is
that. I do
Halloween.
remember that.
But I like thinking that white people love bobbing for apples all the time, every
It's
holiday.
so gross.
Yeah,
It's
it is very
disgusting.
It's
disgusting.
so gross.
Well, we only say that now. We look forward
Yeah.
to it.
I
We're like,
think-
sign me up. Before COVID, niggas was doing all kind of disgusting stuff.
Yeah, that is disgusting. But I think post-COVID, you could just, every kid has their own bucket, and then you put an apple in, you know? But the fun is kind of knocking into the other kids and, you know, clanging teeth. I like the dude who's so offended that we can't bob for apples anymore.
Yeah, that's
I remember before.
there's a guy for sure.
Did you ever have an advent calendar?
I don't even know what that is, man.
Yeah. Is that a white thing?
You
what?
guys are
I
white.
introduced
you guys
that
are
to my
white, you're not
Colombian
realizing it.
girlfriend this year. She
A
had
what
not
calendar?
any idea. Advent calendar where every day like of either December or the 12 days of Christmas, you like open a little window. It has like a little chocolate inside or something.
No, I
Bruh, I'm
Is
telling
that
you.
specifically white?
I think that a lot of stuff is white and you don't realize it. To be American is to be white.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's British. I feel
It
like
might be.
it's-
All I'm
feels
saying
very
is I
British.
don't know these things. It might
A lot of stuff is just time, like how much time your parents had to do these traditions. Too.
No, we're black.
You don't think so?
I think you that was so.
Because you know the elf on the
Weird.
shelf like thing.
My parents
Oh,
had time.
I'm not that white. We didn't do Elf on the
Yeah, yeah,
Shelf.
I
guess
never
what?
did
But
Elf
guess
on the
what?
Shelf
Guess
either.
how white you are. Don't know what it is.
Elf on the Shelf is a new.
I don't know what it is. That's how
Is
white
a
you are.
No,
new
I only
trend
found out it 'cause I
mocking
have a
as
kid.
tradition.
Because I have a kid now, so I like see different things and I pay attention. I'm like, oh,
So
like
then how the fuck would
Can
I
you explain to
know
us
it?
what Elf on the Shelf is?
so basically, I think it's for the 25 first days of December. You have this elf, and you're supposed to hide it around your house.
That sounds like a Shark
and
Tank
then
pitch.
your kid
It
is supposed to
sounds
find
like
Sounds
the
like a
elf.
Shark Tank fucking toy.
And he's like doing mischievous things, like he's like hiding toilet paper. He's like
no.
weird.
What the fuck? It's like a storytelling thing? I thought it was like if the kids were bad, it would slowly turn around or some shit.
I know the Grinch.
No.
That is it, guys. Maybe it's because I was the Grinch, but I don't know any like. I did watch one.
What is an example of something Christmassy that we would know
To
and
me?
you wouldn't? Advent calendar was like, what are Christmas traditions? Did you hang stockings by the fire?
No. We had stockings.
We didn't
one
have a
time.
fireplace,
And
so we had
stockings.
stockings.
Yeah, of course, tree. Yeah, we had a tree. We had a tree with no presents.
No presents.
No present.
Real tree?
Real tree? Sometimes.
Oh, you get the real tree. Because I got the real tree too.
My dad, we had a real tree first, and then of course, with anything with kids and parents, they blame the kids. The kids didn't take care of the tree. So then they became, we ain't getting no real tree no more. So we got a fake tree, and we just put the fake tree up each year. But we knew we weren't getting presents, so nobody wanted to put the tree up. My mom and dad would be
Your
like,
dad's
hey, can you put
presents
the
thing.
tree up? You'd be like, but why are we going to put a fucking tree up when we know we ain't getting no presents? And my dad each year would hand us
Because
a book and say,
traditions.
circle what you guys want in this, and I'm going to get you guys a present this year. Hey, I know last year I said that, and I didn't get you guys anything, but this year's going to be different. And it wasn't. Each year it wasn't different. No presents.
What is
Everybody
that?
laughs. You guys think you guys are dark. I'm okay, motherfuckers. Y'all both were like, he's not well.
I was like, this is the deep-seated angst with Christmas.
this is where he's going.
This isn't about tradition.
This is not about race at all.
This is about
Sterling
Mr.
hates
Christmas.
I mean, I don't have a problem with
I don't like Elf on the. I'm anti-Elf on the Shelf. I will never bring that into my house.
What? I didn't sell it well enough for you.
You didn't.
I don't like the new Elf on the Shelf. I don't like new traditions coming out of nowhere
You're a holiday guy?
that feel like they're based around consumerism.
You're a holiday guy?
Am I a holiday guy?
Which is because I'm starting to realize just more and more that like there are no real pure holidays. Like every holiday has a problem within it. And
Fuck, what's the perfect holiday?
what's the
Valentine's
perfect
Day.
holiday? That's
Valentine's
dumb.
Day is
That's a
consumerism.
stupid holiday.
not
It's
that.
consumerism.
Okay.
It's
That is a
stupid
perfect. Or New Year's.
to somebody like you.
New
you-
Year's is a
New
pretty good
Year's.
one.
New Year's is because you hope for the best. It is not. That's why we can all agree we're hoping for better lives. That's why we can agree on New Year's. We're all like, hopefully it's better next year, right? Nothing needs to be bought. You're just like, time. I need more time. New
And
Year,
everyone
please.
collectively is like, I'm going to be better this time.
And then 3 weeks goes by and you're like, a new year? Please, speed it up.
Next year.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but New Year's is natural.
Yeah, no, I'm not. New Year's was a great one. New
That,
Year's
that's
was a
it's
great vote.
organic.
That was a good vote. I'm
I
not
think-
against New Year.
I don't think Thanksgiving has been too bastardized.
It's gone, bro. Give
But
Thanksgiving 3 more
but
years.
the
it's
origins
gone, bro.
aren't
It is
perfect.
three-
The
you
origins-
motherfuckers got 3 more years of Thanksgiving. I'm letting y'all know right now. PC culture is definitely coming next for Thanksgiving.
For sure.
It's gone. And look, I don't think Thanksgiving necessarily needs to be here. But I also think we need to, if we're going to change holidays, we need to move the motherfuckers down a couple days at least so that we're not still stuck with the memories of that same day. The problem with changing Christopher Columbus Day to Indigenous People Day is it's still the fucking same day, nigga.
Flew in your face.
I still want to eat on Thanksgiving though. Like I want a different it could be a different holiday. We could celebrate something else, but I still want to come together and eat.
Yeah,
On that actual day.
It doesn't have to be that day necessarily, but in November.
But
for
Tuesdays
sure.
do work best.
but
Thursday.
the problematic thing about Thanksgiving is definitely
Thank you, Facts Reading, for being here.
the problematic thing about Thanksgiving is definitely that it's on a Thursday. No,
That's actually the best part because it becomes like a 5-day weekend.
yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, it's great.
Good, well
It
designed.
is like the start of Christmas.
Yes.
So it had some positives. The big problem is that the origin story. So can we rebrand Thanksgiving, or are you saying we just need? Because we do need the time with family. It's a good time to get together. It is on Thursday.
But why do we have to talk about this dinner that did not end the way that people say it did?
Well,
Why
but
can't
what
we
if
make
we
it a
don't?
different day?
I mean, the idea of being thankful is
Yeah,
good.
but we can call it Thankful Day then. And we make it in May.
Full day.
that
So far away.
No, that doesn't even
Thankful
because it's like
Day.
comfort food. We want that in the winter.
We like this tradition. other
Okay,
than
then
the
how
origin.
about winter and comfort food be the start of winter? What is the official start of winter? It's probably like early November or like fucking.
That's probably right. Let me see.
See, I like holidays that revolve around the seasons because then it's like, this is how things are. It's like New Year's. It's organic.
I'm cool.
December 21st.
It's
The
when
celebration
the
of
winter.
official
life.
day of winter.
December.
Fuck it, let's
21st?
go back to back. Let's just drown ourselves in
No,
food.
That's too much.
We
That's
go
too
Thanksgiving trying to murder
much. You
ourselves on
don't cook,
Christmas.
That's why you say that.
That's not true. I don't cook for you.
Also, you don't want to stay with your family for that long. You need that break.
Yeah, we need a break.
You know, you'd like to see them twice a year, but not like for the whole time.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think, guys. Work with me here. What about? Okay. What about?
We keep the day and we just do it as like a memorial. Like we're sorry
Well,
this
you know,
happened to you.
I have this though.
That's not bad.
Christmas. Hear me out. That's not even the day Jesus was actually born. They just threw that on a fucking day, so we can move
When
Christmas.
was he born?
Not December 25th. They don't fucking know. It's a different calendar. They made it up.
You're moving Christmas?
Guys, I'm not saying that we can't have Christmas in the winter. I'm saying, what if Christmas, because it doesn't really matter. You're going to lie to yourself and say it does. What if Christmas was like
We swap it with Thanksgiving.
January 3rd? Still winter.
Oh, I thought you were going for like
I thought you were gonna
summer
switch
Christmas
them.
or
no.
some shit.
We're still, I know you guys like winter with Christmas.
Well, it's
still
necessary.
a white Christmas. It's still a white Christmas.
Yeah.
It's January. You still got the snow. But we just give that to Thanksgiving, and then we go from we were thankful, and then we are thankful, and then we don't have to see our families anymore because we're gonna party in the new year. And
No, the new year just happened.
Yeah, the new year just had January 3rd.
Now you're fucked.
Now we have to go back to our families.
No,
and
Instead of being like, I'm gonna be better,
not
you're like, let me
true.
fuck off for 5
Listen,
days.
oh, you're saying we were thankful once for our family, party hard. We can't go back to them. You're saying
not if we want better lives.
that's true.
You know, you should end it like a little party. I mean, I think it's set up pretty well.
Yeah.
I think there's a gap, though. I think there's a gap. Like in April, May,
There's like a long period
there's
of
nothing's
no
really
holidays.
there.
I think I may really.
So
have
what if
it.
Christmas? What if April, May? There's nothing going
But
on.
there's no snow then.
If you guys can get behind me now, I think I have it.
Okay.
I think it becomes Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's are the 29th, 30th, or 31st. We celebrate New Year's Eve, and we just do a 3-day bender. Steve Aoki hosted, okay? He becomes the new Santa Claus. Hear me out. How you guys feeling?
This sounds like a capitalist CEO trying to trick me into working.
It sounds like
It's going to be a really big party for 3 days, but you don't get any more days off.
You see your family first.
You want to spend Thanksgiving with one family side of your family and Christmas with the other. You can't really do that if it's all back to back.
Yeah, you can. They have to just
What?
come wherever you are.
Steve Aoki's hosting.
Yeah, where are you? Are you not listening? What are you missing?
All right, I'm sold.
That's funny. Reimagining Steve Aoki
That's
hosting
Santa Claus.
as Santa Claus.
It's great, right? He just throws a cake in your face. He walks in your door, gives you presents, throws a cake in your face.
Like, oh my God, Santa Claus is Asian.
Real.
I didn't think that's usually not thrown out there.
What race do you think Santa Claus is?
It is crazy that he travels to every house in one night. I do say this. As a writer, they don't even try to make these stories believable. They just make them crazy and magical.
Yeah,
I
magic.
want them a little more
magic.
grounded, though. Like, I want to know Santa Claus is like, don't say magic. Don't have me leave this nigga regular cookies if he got magic. He can make his own cookies then.
No, it's you're giving back to Santa. Like, thank you for bringing me these gifts. Here are cookies and milk for you, because it's probably exhausting doing all that in one night.
And he wants to eat cookies and milk the whole
Have
night.
you seen the guy?
So
Yes,
he's obviously
he
white. He's not
does.
lactose intolerant like black people, so that eliminates us. We're
Well,
not
how do you
drinking
know
all that
it's
milk.
regular milk? How are you
Well,
know it's oat milk?
I
Because
clearly.
they didn't even have oat milk until like 7 years ago. Santa Claus has been here for forever.
Santa found oat milk and he's like, "Oh my God, I've been lactose intolerant this entire time."
That's why he's not seen for a whole year, because that one night
Oh
just
my
really
God.
I almost
messes
said a
him up.
lame joke. He said his sled was powered on gas.
Oh God.
Let's go to the article.
Demi Lovato thinks the term aliens is derogatory to extraterrestrials.
Finally, real news.
Whoa.
Demi Lovato is standing up for
Oh, you
extraterrestrials.
haven't heard this?
The singer and actor
No.
who identifies as non-binary has a docu-series on Peacock titled Unidentified with Demi Lovato, in which they explore what life there may be beyond this planet. In an interview, Lovato explained that they do not believe
Thank
that
God,
beings...
Demi Lovato getting to the bottom of it. I'm so glad I could see a host of The Voice explore aliens. I just like, why am I trusting Demi Lovato on?
Lovato explained that they do not believe that beings from another planet mean to harm humans. I really think that if there was anything out there that would want to do that to us, it would have happened by now, they said. But I think that we have to stop calling them aliens, because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs. The word alien, when used in reference to immigrants, are those who come from other countries and have become controversial and considered
Is this
dehumanizing by immigration advocates. Lovato told the publication that the purpose of the series is to give an understanding of how much we need to take care of our planet and how much we need to learn how to expand our consciousness.
Is this a skit?
No.
I like to call them ETs. It's like, what?
I just
What?
love being offended for somebody that you don't even know exists.
At all.
Like that's taking it as far as you possibly can.
No, this is
For
yes, it is. This is almost.
I'm offended on behalf of aliens.
Almost equivalent to me saying that time when we were joking. I said the person that's like, "Hey, you're acting like a girl. You can't say girl. That's not PC anymore. You're right. You're acting like a baby.
Well, who's going to defend babies? No one's speaking up for babies.
Don't be so derogatory about what babies are. Babies are beautiful. They're present.
I'm just saying, like, aliens have not asked for this at all. They're like, we call ourselves aliens as well. We are aliens,
Kinda
man.
like did.
We're fine. That's what we are.
You know what she basically just did? She was like, no, they're not black. They're African American.
Yeah,
It was
that's exactly what she did.
It was like, we like black.
We like black. We'll take black.
Like, let them speak.
There's just so many other real things that you could be offended about.
Don't call them cows. Okay? It's a derogatory term, but they're cows.
That's I didn't even think this was real when I saw it. She was trending on Twitter, and when I first read the headline, I didn't even understand what it was trying to say, and I was like, no, I don't think this is what it was trying to say. So to hear it confirmed in an article on Wine and Weed this week, it does just excite me.
You want me to pretend like I'm on Demi Lovato's side? I think I can do it.
I know how.
Oh shit. Well,
No, you got it. I'm gonna let you do it first.
it's like the term barbarians. They used to use the term barbarians to describe other people, but then it started turning into like barbarians is now like an insult. It's like the other. It's like lesser than, because people, that's how people would describe other tribes that they saw as barbaric, where they weren't barbaric. Like now we just, in a way to describe other people, at one point somebody was like, stop calling them barbarians. They're just a different type of people than us. And then barbarians is now no longer in our language. This is what Demi wants to do with Alien.
I don't know about that one.
You don't like it? That's the only like analogy I thought.
I thought when I first read it was about like illegal immigrants, and I was like, oh, I could get down with this Demi Lovato. I thought she was standing for like some people, and then when I clicked, I realized she was standing for aliens. I said, this is wild.
No, because people want, you should call them undocumented, right? You should talk.
I know that,
right? Because first it was aliens is completely dehumanizing because you're calling them like non-humans, and then it was illegal, and it was like, all right, that's a human being. Like maybe don't refer to their existence as illegal. And now they moved on to undocumented.
No,
that makes sense, but these are aliens.
No, I'm
Yeah,
agreeing.
they're
No,
non-human.
I'm agreeing with you, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm saying when I read this, I was in hopes this was about people that she could see and touch and talk to here in America, and be like, that's not cool. It's fucked up for these reasons. And she watched Men in Black and said, that's not cool that they would be calling them aliens the whole time.
They matter.
California man sues psychic who said she could remove witch's curse his ex placed on him. A California man is suing a Los Angeles psychic he paid for fraud because she allegedly claimed she could remove a witch's curse put on him by his ex-girlfriend for $5,100.
Oh, shit.
Last month, Mario Restrepo found psychic Sophia Adams' website that billed her as a PhD life coach and psychic love coach, according to the City News Service in Los Angeles. This made plaintiff more confident that he was speaking with a professional that could help him. Adams gave Restrepo a tarot reading when he visited her office in Palo Verde and told him he had a male sutra, or bad luck, put there by his ex-girlfriend when she hired a curse-casting witch. Adams allegedly claimed his family would be unhappy and in danger unless he paid her $5,100 to remove the curse.
So was he dating somebody who was the type of person who would hire a witch to put a curse on him?
He
Or is
said
this
that
insane?
she did. I mean, that's what he
Like, when they broke up, did she scream at him a curse? And like he was like,
no, I think
"Fuck,
she
I'm
hired
cursed."
someone. She hired a witch to get.
She did
to put a
hire
curse
the
on
witch
her.
though.
Well, that's what
he's
he's claiming.
That's what he's claiming.
So
And
he's-
then
But
he
like,
went to a
but-
psychic.
But
and
he feels he felt like that walking into the psychic. She didn't tell
yes,
him that.
and then when she got there, she confirmed that he did have a curse
was
on
like-
So
him.
he
Yep.
said it. He
And
said
he was so she.
I just
confirmed
want
to
to.
him,
I almost try to want to be him and like just like totally believe it.
I know what he did. He walked in and he
Okay.
was like, my girlfriend has a curse on me. She was like, how do you know? And he was like, she hired someone, a witch. I know for sure she's crazy. And she was like, looked at her cards and was like, there's the witch right there. And he bought in right away. And she was like, I actually can remove this card for $5,100.
Yeah. She told him that like his family was going to be in danger. He was going to be in grave danger if she didn't take the curse off of him, which would be $5,100.
I feel like it has to do a little bit of the rate of the original witch that put the curse on. Like it's like, fuck, this is above my pay grade. This is a really strong curse.
Oh, so you think the curse is real?
I'm just
he's
trying to feel like what the logic is.
I
you
think
know?
I think his dick couldn't get hard a couple times, and he couldn't accept that. So he blames his ex-girlfriend, says that she put a curse on his dick. Now he's at a psychic because he's lied to himself that he really believes that, and he's at a psychic being like, "Yeah, my dick didn't work the last 2 times, and the only excuse has to be that my ex-girlfriend put a curse on my dick." And she was like, "That's real." And also, guess what? Not only did she stop there putting a curse on your dick, she gonna kill your family
Wait,
too.
actually, now that I'm getting into the article more, I think that
I'm right.
no, I think that he went to her for marriage counseling. The love, because she's has a PhD in what is it?
This took a
Whatever.
She
picture.
has a
So
wait.
he's
Yeah,
married.
no, I have some questions about this.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has a PhD in psychic. What
wait,
the
hold
fuck
on.
is that? It was like
she says
she's a PhD
life
loves.
coach
I majored
and
in psychic.
Oh,
love
you
coach.
majored in life coach? What the fuck?
I
are
majored
you?
in
Oh, you have
psychic
a
and life
master's
coach.
in life coach.
I minored in bullshit.
So that's what she claims on her website. So he went to her for basically marriage counseling. He's having trouble in his marriage. She told him that he's having trouble in his marriage because his ex-girlfriend put a curse on him, and to get the curse off, it would be $5,100.
Oh wait, so he's married.
So he's married. So
His
then now he's
ex-girlfriend,
suing
if he
her
is-
because he's like, I still have problems in my marriage.
Maybe
So
you
it
just
didn't
have problems in your marriage, sir. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you definitely should be paying somebody else
Yeah,
to help you.
A therapist or
Man,
someone.
Go to
He's
a
trying to
fucking
like.
therapist.
He's taking like the fucking quick route. He's like, "Hey, psychic, I need you to skip to the future and get me out of this bullshit instead of putting in the work."
I mean, this is 100% his fault for getting. Like, she sounds a little like.
A finesser?
She was scary though. I think she scared him, and I think she probably kind of harassed him.
He walked in scared.
Yeah, if you're going to a
Psychic about
you're
your
s-
ex-girlfriend putting a curse on you, you're already scared.
Damn. I mean, in a way, his ex-girlfriend did put a curse on him. But he needed to go to a therapist and break down what he meant by curse instead of going, so I'm going to pay a witch doctor to extract it. You know?
So she put a curse on him, and that's why he ended up at the witch doctor, and that's why now he's in a lawsuit because the curse continues. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. He's saying that the curse
What's the
didn't
next
work.
part of the curse, we think?
What's the next part?
Yeah, like what happens
Well, he's
next?
saying basically
Does he win this lawsuit?
this is the curse, that this is what he thinks he's suffering. Anxiety, sleepless nights. He's suing for intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, along with negligence and civil conspiracy.
Oh, he's still in love with his ex-girlfriend. And he can't tell his wife.
That's what it is.
Yeah, she put a
Oh,
curse on him.
He's like, you put a hex on me. Oh, I love that song.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
this
like,
is romantic.
No, this is romantic.
it's not really
toxic.
romantic.
It's romantic.
It's not
Not
romantic.
healthy. But romance is there.
I think he's like, I just want to be in love with this woman so much, but my ex put a spell on me and I can't stop thinking about her. And look, if you believed in this so much that you ask a witch doctor, and part of me thinks, I don't know how much money that guy makes, but maybe he's the type of person who when he spends money on something, he gets something out of it. So he's like, no, I'm going to pay this fucking PhD professional to get rid of this. And maybe she would have gone, guess what? It's gone. And he would have believed it, and it would have mentally let him break through to be quote unquote free of his curse. But unfortunately, that didn't work. So I don't know if he gets his money back or if he's just like, you
He needs
paid
get
to
back
buy
his
it.
ex,
You didn't buy it.
obviously.
I don't know if he gets his money back. I almost feel like he goes to court. The judge looks at him and says, no, you
Yeah.
fucking
He's suing for
paid.
$25,000.
But what?
Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
just trying to get his money,
Money
back.
back.
I think he should get half his money back.
5,100 he paid her, and now he's suing for 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
Did she make his life worse somehow?
I mean, he's saying
I think you get half your money back. Case closed.
Thank you, Judge Judy.
Dun, dun.
and if there's any other cases you guys want us to solve. Fall is here and the world's back open. You're busy. Stop thinking about what to wear and just embrace the radically efficient Mack Weldon Daily Wear System. The Daily Wear System is a selection of clothes rooted in smart design, made with performance fabrics and built to work together. From breathable t-shirts and polos to stylish button-ups and shorts, underwear, and beyond, Mack Weldon makes it easy for you to dress for work, leisure, and play, or wherever the rest of the year is going to take you. For the ultimate lazy weekend, their AC sweatshirts have modern tailoring and pair perfectly with their ultra-soft, ultra-upgraded Pima tees. For weekend travels, their silver knit polo and radius shorts are the perfect high-tech, highly packable combo. Buy some time for the rest of the year with Mack Weldon Daily Wear System. For 20% off your first order, visit macweldon.com/wineandweed and enter promo code wineandweed. That's macweldon.com/wineandweed, promo code wineandweed. You get 20% off. Mac Weldon, radically efficient word opening. British football coach sentenced to 25 years in Dubai prison for possession of CBD oil. A youth football coach based in Dubai has been sentenced to 25 years in prison after being caught with the 4 small bottles of CBD vape oil. Billy Hood, 24, from London, was approached by police while getting something out of his car. Assuming they had the wrong person, he submitted to a drug test, which came back negative and gave them permission to search his car and apartment. Hood told officers he had been driving a friend of his from England who said must have left the oil in the door pocket of his car. The former semi-professional football player and now coaches youth football in Dubai insists that he has never touched drugs or even smoked a cigarette. Unfortunately, they didn't believe him and he was taken to Dubai's CID headquarters. Dubai police officers claim they were responding to a tip-off when they searched his car and apartment, but found only the oil and some cash. Hood says he was given by his employer while he set up a bank account. CBD oil, which is usually used to treat anxiety and nausea, is legal in the UK, but because of the tiny trace amounts of THC in the oil, it is enough to be convicted of possession in Dubai.
Man, you must be so mad at that friend who left that in your car door. That sucks. Because I believe that guy, that's not his. Why the fuck would you risk that? You wouldn't. He coaches youth soccer in Dubai. He wouldn't risk that shit.
I mean,
To just have CBD oil? Who cares? Doesn't even get high.
he's in prison for 25 years.
This is so stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So it says he had been in prison for 4 days and was forced and coerced into signing a confession, which is commonplace in Dubai. Being in possession of CBD oil would be a very, very small sentence, possibly a few years maximum, but because they added trafficking and selling in there, it has become 25 years.
Somebody got it out for him. I'm not saying, I mean, they are very strict in Dubai. They're very strict, period.
No,
What?
That's not what I hear, that somebody got it off of him when
No, got it out, has it out for him.
Oh, has it out for him. Okay.
Has it out for him. So somebody, like, we just speak different. I was like, somebody got it out for him. Like, that's.
Oh, I thought you said got it off of him. That's why I was
got it
charged
out
with
for him.
trafficking. I was
No, got it out for him. Like, for them to add more on it, for him to be, I don't know. Oh, you say he's just a youth football coach, though, right? They're very strict.
I think it could just be asshole cops who are like, blah, 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 and they found this, and then they're like, you found this, and he's like, that's not mine, and he's like, so whose is it? And he's like, it must be my friend. I had this car in the UK. You brought this over from the UK? No, this not even mine. Okay, well, now you're charged with trafficking drugs from the UK here because you said this was from the UK, and now I think it's just asshole cops.
It could be. Could very well be. I mean, I don't know. This dude, I'm looking at him. He is a white dude with an OVO sweater on. He might be moving CBD, man. I ain't gonna front with you, bro. I'm looking over there at that picture, and I am being very prejudiced.
I mean, and again, I don't give a fuck if he's moving CBD. You know,
no, I don't. But
insane.
But we don't run that country, Chris.
I know, but I think I think it was one vial. It doesn't sound like he's moving one. It. To me, it was.
They're
the
saying
cops
because they found a bunch of cash with
it.
him too.
Oh,
so they're saying that's why he was probably selling it. But he's claiming that the friend gave him cash to set up a bank account.
No, and I'm not saying he's. I'm joking. Obviously, I don't know. We don't have enough actual evidence or information in this article because they're probably still looking at everything, and we not only get the full news over from Dubai either. They're gonna probably give us the article in the way they want to give us the article, and it's probably a UK. I'm guessing actual outlet
complex.
Oh, it's complex. So we got So we get it however we get it, but I know that they are very. I've been to Dubai multiple times. I know that you can get in trouble for nothing. I know you can go to prison. You don't want to go to prison then. So I don't know what is what. I don't think anybody should be in prison for 25 years. I also believe people know how crazy it is in the UAE with certain rules, and you just try to stay the fuck away from it. Because it gets in. I mean, I think legally, or it used to be, and I mean, probably people yell at me. I was told this when I was there, that legally still, in some places, if you are still to be caught stealing, you can still get your hands cut off. That is a law.
I think, It's just crazy to get 25 years in prison for an oil that can't even get you high.
No, just make
is
you feel
insane.
better.
It calms your anxiety
Just to,
and like
like,
chills you out.
Continue your weird fascism of making people scared of you as like the law enforcement in Dubai. That's fucking terrifying. But yeah, I don't blame that guy at all. But at the same time, you're right. It's very important to know if you're ever in that country.
Well, he lives there, right?
Don't fucking do
he
that
lives
shit.
there.
I
He
know.
lives there now.
That's why
coaching,
I'm surprised that he.
No, it's
That's
different.
why I believe his story. Because if he lives there, he would know that shit. Not to bring a CBD oil.
No, that's why I don't believe his story. Then, if he lives there, when you know, like
No, but I think his friend left it in the car.
But we don't know who his friend was. His friend could live there as well.
and the cash he was right.
The cash
Yeah,
was
and the
confusing.
cash.
This is not even. We become a detective podcast.
Failed
It's
already.
a completely different show now. We're like, this guy, and what me and Chris do constantly is that we just go to different places, and every person, depending on race, we agree with them. I'm like, this black dude didn't do this. Chris is like, I think he actually did the things they did. The white guy, I'm like, he got an OVO sweater on. I can't trust a white man in an OVO sweater. Rest this man. Chris like, I think this guy's actually innocent.
Nets ban Kyrie Irving from team until he's vaccinated. Brooklyn has told Kyrie Irving he can't be part of. Brooklyn has told Kyrie Irving he can't be a part-time Net. The All-Star point guard has refused to get a COVID-19 vaccine, and the Nets announced Tuesday that he won't be part of the team until he does. In essence, get vaxxed or get gone. Given the evolving nature of the situation and after thorough deliberation, we have decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he is eligible to be a full participant. Brooklyn general manager Sean Marks said in a statement Tuesday morning, Kyrie has made a personal choice and we respect his individual right to choose. Currently, the choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate with part-time availability. Irving's refusal to adhere to recent New York City vaccine mandates mean he wouldn't be able to play home games at Barclays Center or even at the cross-rival Knicks. A recent development had allowed him to at least practice at home when the city ruled HSS Training Center a private office instead of a gym, but simply playing road games wasn't enough. Brooklyn told Irving they want him all in. It is imperative that we continue to build chemistry as a team and remain true to our long-established values of togetherness and sacrifice.
So they fired Kyrie Irving.
And fire Kyrie Irving.
They put him on the bench.
They just banned him from being a part of the organization until he
Gets vaxxed.
gets vaxxed. How do you feel, Chris?
I mean, I don't know. I think they have the right to do that.
You think they have the right to do that?
understand. Yeah, I understand that it's
You think they have the right to do that? That's the word.
the NBA.
It's not the NBA.
Sorry, I
It's the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
Not specifically the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets.
So he could go to a
the
different team if he
NBA, I don't
wanted.
think the NBA has chosen actually not to force players into vaccinations.
But so Kyrie Irving could go to a different team.
So this is what's going on. Kyrie Irving, but he doesn't even have to. They have his money's guaranteed. They owe him 200 like something million.
Yeah.
Anyway, it goes what the fuck it is. But what's interesting about this case is that it's a New York policy, kinda, that you have to be vaxxed
Right.
in order to work
Yeah.
in certain fields.
To go to the Barclays Center.
You go to Barclays
I think it's
Yeah.
in order to be inside,
Yeah,
like
in New York.
in the public places.
No, in New York right now.
in
it
New
is.
York, but the training facility, it's just at the training
It was
facility.
private. It was an
They
office.
they zoned it to private owned or office owned so that he could work out there.
Well, no, they picked the place that was actually that was an office. Like they picked the place that actually was considered an office building that he could play. 'Cause it was private property. You can't tell them they can't be on private offices. What you can tell them is they can't be in more public places like Barclays and stuff.
Yeah, so it said a recent development had allowed him to at least
Yeah,
practice
I know.
when the
No, I was gonna. Yeah. So New York has deemed that you can't work though or be inside with these different places. Cool. So if he was on a different team, he might not necessarily even have to be vaccinated. He would only have to be vaccinated when he went and played in New York. So let's just say hypothetically you're in Toronto and they say we're not making it, you get vaxxed. I don't fucking know. They might say yeah, cool, whatever. But right now I'm saying hypothetically that we're not. If you're going to everywhere else and all other states are not requiring you to, and only 3 states are like you're required to in these states, then you can only not play in those 3 states. That might be like 4 games, 5 games for the full year. The problem is he is in Brooklyn. He's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you have to miss all home games.
Yeah.
You can't play any home games. And then when we play the Knicks, you can't play either
Yeah.
because the Knicks are here as well.
Yeah.
So
It'd be funny if all the best players were anti-vax and it was a Knicks strategy to get a statewide mandate.
I like Chris. I might hire you for the Knicks for that. But yeah, so essentially, right now, I think one of the options, if he truly holds out, is that people are saying that possibly they'll trade him for Ben Simmons, because I don't think it's a mandate in Philadelphia, and he can play there, and then just sit out when he plays the Knicks in Brooklyn, and people just want to get rid of Ben Simmons in Philly. But yeah, so it's just interesting. It's interesting from a perspective of like them, like, you know, people have tried to say it from day one. And I'm definitely not anti-vax, but people have tried to say from day one, oh, they're gonna force this thing on us. They're gonna force this vaccination on us, and people call them crazy. No, they're not. They're gonna force you to do this. They're gonna force you to do that, and stuff has been coming to fruition. So people do have reasons to be like, hey, it is happening, quote unquote. So I do understand Kyrie Irving's stance on it's his body, and especially when he uses his body to actually make money. I think he has the right to say, I don't want.
And he's not the only athlete
No,
that has
not even
decided
close.
not to get the
Not
vaccine.
even close.
They just
And his is more, I at least believe he has stated this, for religious reasons as well, which should be.
they should allow that.
I thought they have a
I thought they-
clause
Yeah,
for
well,
religious
yeah.
well,
reasons.
That's what I
they
thought too.
tried to somewhat, but then the Brooklyn Nets didn't honor it.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. New York didn't honor it.
Oh.
So then it made it still where I can't play. You're not honoring the fact that I'm Muslim, and I'm saying that for religious reasons I don't want. They were like, no, we're not honoring it. And people feel as though Kyrie Irving has been, quote unquote, difficult for some time now. I think Kyrie is actually a smart dude. I think that he's so misunderstood. I think that anytime you're outspoken, and not to make it that, but outspoken as a black dude, especially in sports, the media's always tried to make outspoken black dudes in sports a certain way. Shut up and play. So it's like, I don't necessarily agree with all of Kyrie Irving's things he said in the past and stuff, but I think he said a whole bunch of relevant things, and I think he tries to always be on the right side of history.
It'd be
I
tough
think people lie
though
about
if they were like, hey, this is the mandate for everybody in New York City, except this rich guy. He makes us a lot of money. He plays good basketball. That guy doesn't have to do
No,
it.
it's not except for that. It's religious reason.
Yeah.
Oh, they would just
And
honor
he
his
is very
religious
he's
views.
vegan. He's very
Yeah,
he's very
like,
careful
actually
about
got
his body.
Super like.
Texas banned their vaccine mandate. The governor did today. So they don't have any vaccination requirements.
It's Texas.
Woo! No vaccination
No,
requirements
but I'm
here.
just
Dude's
saying.
running for office. No vaccination. And actually bring the Confederate flags back.
Can't tell us to do anything.
Woman sues Geico for $1 million after contracting STD during car sex. The woman claims she
Okay.
Hope
contracted.
she gets her money.
Wow. Geico? You're going after your car insurance?
They got to cover.
The
You
woman
told me you
claims
had me covered.
the woman claims she contracted HPV while having sex in a car insured by the company. A Missouri woman is suing Geico for $1 million after claiming she had sex and contracted an STD from a man in a car that was covered by the insurance provider.
Oh, it was his insurance.
Oh.
The woman
said
who
you
is
had him
identified
covered.
as MO in court papers claims she and her then partner had unprotected sex in a 2014 Hyundai Genesis in late 2017. In 2018, she was diagnosed with human papillomavirus, or HPV, which she claims she contracted during the car rendezvous. The woman has now submitted a coverage claim to Geico for $1 million because the vehicle, which is under MB's name, is insured by the company. However, on October 4th, Geico called the lawsuit a sham and filed their own countersuit.
Ooh, Geico.
Yeah.
The two reportedly reached an agreement in a state court that allowed her to collect $5.2 million, which she can collect, if at all, only from Geico court sharpens show. With her latest lawsuit, the woman is now seeking an additional $1 million from the company.
Wait, but she already got $5.2 million. She won?
Yeah, they reached a settlement outside of court.
Oh, because this is an advertising campaign for Geico.
No.
Geico's smart.
No, it's just because people realize that like they can sue for things, and it's just easier, I guess, less of a headache for these big companies to be like, I just pay you not to give us all this bad press.
But isn't this kind of bullshit? Because if I was in the back seat of your car and I cut
Don't get
myself,
no ideas, Chris.
Are you saying if I cut myself in the back seat of your car, I mean, maybe this is how it goes, and like I started bleeding and I had to go to the hospital, like your car insurance is obligated to cover that of me cutting myself in the back seat of the car because it happened inside of the car?
I don't know. I don't know enough about car insurance. That sounds
that has
crazy.
to be the case. If
that sounds crazy.
The precedent for the STD thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's her claim, saying that.
She won. Well, she didn't really win. They settled. But
then she's going back and suing for $1 million more.
Why?
Wow. I don't know. Maybe that's what to do in life. Just scam in America.
Remember when people used to sue McDonald's and stuff like that, when they would like burn themselves, like the coffee was too hot? That was like a thing. And like so many people were making so much money off suing these like,
because they didn't have caution very hot on
the cups.
The cup. And that's why there's caution very hot on everything. And everyone was like, oh my God, that's now a law. So I can sue anybody that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are people who go around to theaters in Los Angeles, movie theaters, little theaters, and they go, I'm hearing impaired. And legally you have to have speakers and headphones in every in a seat that is like for hearing impaired people. And like I've known like little theaters that get shut down because they get sued for fucking $5,000 from this guy who's like may or may not be hearing impaired, who's just going to try to.
Hearing impaired people are complaining too much, Chris? What you say?
No, this guy just goes around and tries to sue people. But also you could say he goes around and makes sure that the infrastructure is in place for the hearing impaired community. But also that's just expensive, and sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things. So I got my STD here. I'm going to sue you. Also, how does she prove she got the STD then?
She didn't have to. She just was not going to get paid for this.
Yeah.
Maybe she had a fresh STD test.
Like right afterwards?
Before and after.
In the car. He gave it to her. So you're going to need this.
Man in India convicted of using venomous cobra to kill wife. A man in India was found guilty of murdering his wife last year with a venomous cobra. The man, who has been identified, allegedly obtained 2 snakes through a snake catcher and released them onto his wife on 2 occasions over a 3-month span. The first incidents occurred in March 2020 when his wife, Yurtha, was bitten by a viper at their home and left bedridden for 52 days. Her injuries also required plastic surgery. Days after she returned to her home in May, her husband released a cobra which bit and killed her. Autopsy reports initially determined her death was from snakebite. Her family filed a police complaint under the suspicion of wrongdoing, alleging she was being harassed by his family over dowry payments prior to her death. Even after he received the money and gold in wake of his marriage to Yurtha, police suspect he still wasn't satisfied and may have factored into his plot to kill her. He was arrested and charged with murder. While speaking with authorities, he confessed to killing her by sedating her with sleeping pills and unleashing a cobra with the intent of attacking her. Police believes he never showed signs of guilt throughout the investigation and trial process.
Man,
that's crazy.
Twice.
Did you wait, what was the first thing that got her?
Well, he got 2 snakes. The first one bit her.
The first one didn't get the job done.
Didn't get the job done. And she was bedridden for 52 days. And she had to get plastic surgery. This was during quarantine, though, too.
So you give him an excuse like she was annoying or something? She was like, I get it. I wanted to do the same to you. You release snakes in the house. Whatever happens.
During 2020, we all thought about getting snakes. Stab and kill our significant.
I was trying to give a little background to what he might be going through his head.
No, this is crazy. I just can't even imagine, is he training the snakes during the time that she was like bedridden? Was like the other 250 days him and the other snake was doing some Rocky shit, getting prepared for her? Like, because like, how do the snakes just know immediately when
To
she
bite
wakes
her.
up? Like, oh, she's back. It's time to do my job, the thing I was brought in for. Do snakes just automatically bite you if you're venomous? Or are you just like, hey, I
I
bite?
think you
I
have
think
to be.
he bought him from a trainer who I think is literally
No,
like
it's-
a
no,
badass
snake
arms
catcher.
dealer.
It wasn't a trainer. It was just a catcher.
He's just a catcher?
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't even train them to do that?
Well, it says he released them onto his wife, and then he was giving her sleeping pills to go to sleep,
My God.
and then sending the snakes to attack.
Oh, he
them.
gave the snakes time.
Yeah.
This
He
guy's
probably was
weird.
like,
Bill gave the snakes time. He was like, if I leave the snake in the room long enough, he's gonna find his way.
is
to
that how
her.
snakes work?
This guy's
I thought you have to like
psychopath.
mess with them for them to.
I don't have enough knowledge. I don't like snakes enough
Yeah.
to have one. But at the same time, like, I think he probably was like, oh, if I give you sleeping pills and have you sleeping, the snake is gonna find his way to biting you at some point.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
But this is
I
so
don't-
fucking crazy though.
It's weird because at the beginning it's kind of in my head, my little high brain. It felt like a little cartoon, like this man released snake. I don't know, and then I like by the end I was like, this man is so fucking evil.
Evil.
Like his wife is suffering in the hospital and she gets back and he releases another snake. Like
'Cause
you
he
guys
probably
marry
waited.
people you love.
Wait,
you
it's
know?
crazy that the first one didn't kill her because it says their
Don't
venom is
kill
the most
everyone.
potent
Maggie-
amongst venomous snakes. They can deliver in a single bite up to 2 lengths of fluid ounce. It's enough to kill 20 people or even an elephant.
She is a strong motherfucker.
What?
This
He probably
bitch
was like, how did this
outlived
bitch
it all.
not die?
He knew she was gonna die. He probably was like, yo,
Damn, I want to hear her story now.
she's dead. Chris.
Well, she still has a story.
But somebody gotta trust somebody else to tell her.
You're right. That's
He not gonna tell the truth. Oh, that guy's crazy. That guy.
That
It says
guy
they
is
attacks
a
humans very rarely.
crazy
Even if they are
person.
disturbed by humans, they merely spread the hood and scare people instead of biting them. So he must have been like antagonizing it with her body.
And then dropped her. Well, you think he was gave her
Probably.
sleeping
It
pills
was like
and then was
making
moving
her.
her around?
Maybe.
But then, no, he's not that talented because how he wouldn't know the snake would attack him.
Maybe he had like protective stuff on his arms.
We're just making up stuff at this
We
point.
are.
I know these are real people, so I feel bad like seeing it like a movie. But I do think it would be a really intense thing if your husband tried to kill you with a snake because it's so off. And then you go to the hospital for 50 days, you outlive it, and you come back and he does it again with another snake. It's like,
It's
you
like-
already did this shit.
Yeah.
Right? The family was probably like, she's not gonna
Oh.
get bit twice.
It's also like it was creative the first time. Now it's like your thing. You leash snakes on people to kill them.
It is stupid. It's lazy.
is.
It is because it's like, yo, if you wanted to murder your wife, like the snake didn't get the job done, you can't go with the snake again because now everyone knows this is your thing.
Everyone
And she has to
knows.
be famous where she's from because she beat the bite. Like they
That's a
probably were
snake
like,
lady.
yeah, they probably were like,
Snake
yo,
Not black man, not a snake lady. It's not funny. Too dark.
Wow. 20 is what's kill has the venom to kill 20 people and it didn't
and an
kill her.
elephant.
And
Damn.
on top,
I don't like
who
the
measured
ending.
this? How they did this study? They were
20 people were sacrificed.
and one elephant. They were
Yep,
like,
he's dead.
Yep. 20 equals 1. They're like 20 equals 1.
Yeah, that elephant's dead. All right, it kills an elephant. What the fuck? These 1970s scientists just trying to see what a snake could kill.
Navy engineer accused of trying to leak military intel in peanut butter sandwich. A Navy engineer was arrested in West Virginia
In
this past
peanut butter
Saturday.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Not jelly.
A Navy engineer was arrested in West Virginia this past Saturday after he was accused of engaging in espionage activity by hiding sensitive information about nuclear-powered submarines in a peanut butter sandwich and attempting to give them to a foreign agent. According to NBC News, Jonathan
That's a
Tobey was
big deal.
arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to communicate restricted data and other crimes after authorities concluded a several-month-long investigation. His wife was also arrested on allegations that she assisted him
That
in
she
his
made the
crimes.
sandwich.
She for sure made
I
the
make his
sandwich.
lunch. I'm arrested for making his lunch.
I thought it was really his lunch, but it would have to be so smooth on top. That's probably why Jelly would have like fucked up the coats.
So Jonathan who began working with the Navy in 2012, allegedly attempted to contact a foreign country and send military documents to their intelligence agency to establish a relationship with them. However, instead of sending these documents to a foreign agent, he was actually contacting an undercover FBI agent who posed as one. The undercover agent and Jonathan began messaging through an encrypted service starting in February, with him sharing information about Virginia's nuclear-powered warships that he was familiar with. Allegedly, he left a peanut butter sandwich and a Band-Aid with an SD card wrapped inside at dead drop locations in West Virginia on 2 separate occasions. His wife was allegedly acting as a lookout during those drop-offs.
What was the SD card in?
A Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid.
So one was in a Band-Aid, one was in a sandwich.
Damn. Band-Aid. How do you just chilly hand off a Band-Aid to someone? Oh, no, I hurt myself. Hey, I got a Band-Aid. And then they wink.
Can we get some help? Yeah, put a whole thing together. Like, we're doing way too much. Just give me this SD card, dude.
We're in a dark
Can we
parking
get some
garage.
help? Get in here. Dude, just give me the goddamn SD card.
I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding everywhere.
We don't need this.
Didn't need to start bleeding.
Why are you actually bleeding?
Is that real blood? Dude, just give me the card. It's like a theater major who's mad that he's in the army. It's like, this sounds exciting. Espionage.
It's like a new role. Here's your mission.
Espionage.
You mean here's my script?
I gotcha. I'll put it in the Band-Aid. Honey, can you make me a peanut butter sandwich?
Honey. Big theater shit. Brings it to music. Espionage.
Me, the star of espionage, in my own FBI drama. Or Navy drama.
Yeah,
Oh my
you'll be
God,
in
it
it too,
is an
honey.
FBI drama?
You'll be in it too, honey.
Yeah, you can be in it. Sure.
Just make me a sandwich. Is this a role? I do this in real life.
It's the perfect role. And then he gets caught. And they're like, yeah, this whole time I was an FBI agent. That's scary. What country did he think he was communicating
It
with?
doesn't say.
That makes
Canada.
Canada wants me. Yeah, I'm not.
What are the odds? That sucks. He was sending this information to an undercover agent.
His boss was getting him in the other room. Like, this idiot. I'm looking at this idiot. He's like, I'll meet you down in a little bit. Bring the sandwiches. You have the sandwiches. God damn it.
Right. Right. Come on. Come on.
Lego pledges to make its products free of gender bias and harmful stereotypes. Lego is committing to a path of making its products and marketing accessible to all and free of gender bias and harmful stereotypes.
Legos?
Legos.
Isn't Legos totally the one that is that? It's
What?
Legos.
I mean-
It's the most gender neutral thing ever. It's Legos.
You think it's gender
I think they're
neutral?
kind of marketed just to boys.
Legos?
You're such a boy.
I mean,
He
they
was
have like
we don't all love Lego.
I never.
they
played
have
Legos.
like princess kits.
No, but it's a boy's thing, though, Chris.
It's for
Okay.
boys.
Okay. I don't think it's well. I agree that it should not be, but I did not know Legos was gender.
I think you're thinking of like even when you think about the movies, Lego movies are Batman, but the Lego movie,
Why
you
does
know-
Batman have to be gendered to you?
No, I'm saying it has to be. We're saying what it is, okay? We don't need to lie to ourselves. Lego is probably like skewed toward boys. I would say there are a whole bunch of things skewed. It's to me equivalent of
Wild Style,
I think even the commercials, it's
Wild
always
Style
like
is a girl?
boys.
the Lego movie Wild Style.
Dude, that's one character. You cannot. You sound
She's
like
one of the
Hollywood.
main
You
characters.
sound like Hollywood. You're like it's diverse. We have a girl.
This is one of their main characters.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm saying the franchises and everything. You don't think they're all based in like boy stuff?
I mean,
They're action-oriented.
I feel like I'm double level woke because I'm like, what is boy stuff? Why can't a girl like?
But you don't really mean
Girls
this.
can like boy stuff, but it's like we all know like what's for boys and what's for girls, like marketing.
Oh no,
wise.
yes, yeah.
I
like,
think
we're gonna
yeah.
sit here and make up something.
Well, I think
now?
there's definitely like princess worlds in.
But why can't boys like princesses?
That's what I'm saying. So
Boys
why
can
is
be
any of
princesses,
that
but
No,
then-
gendered?
I'm joking. I'm fucking saying, of course, we could sit here and do this bullshit all day long.
But I'm also kind of not
Because princesses are girls.
princesses. There's the prince content. There needs to be more prince content out there.
I don't care if it's not. I don't think we care to be princes versus girls that care to be princesses. Even a lot of dads.
Ooh, that's a good way to put
it's-
it, though.
it's-
The character within it, the proxy, you're a princess or you're a police officer. Because I remember
That's
Legos,
what I'm saying.
they're not like a lot of female. There's probably one female.
No,
Well, should
it's
we
not,
get
not
more
like
into the
they're doing what
articles?
Lego, the Mario Kart, like it's not like centered in Peach. She isn't
they
starring
wanna
in
make,
it.
like the Lego lands to be more even 50-50.
I think they're saying that they want to at least do gender.
Sorry, I totally interrupted your
Yeah.
article. You can
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of it will answer them.
go for it.
Okay, on Sunday, the LEGO Group shared a report regarding new research it had commissioned that show girls today feel increasingly confident to participate in all varieties of play and create activities, but are still negatively affected by ingrained gender stereotypes once they get older. The research included input from thousands of parents and children between the ages of 6 and 14. The study also marks the kickoff of LEGO's Ready for Girls campaign. 71% of boys in the survey said they worry about being mocked if they were to engage in play with a toy typically associated with girls, while 42% of girls said the same about toys typically associated with boys. Of course, children should be encouraged to ignore such associations and simply follow where their unique sense of creativity may take them, which is something the team at LEGO is now hoping to promote on a larger scale. The benefits of creative play, such as building confidence, creativity, and communication skills, are felt by all children, and yet we still experience age-old stereotypes that label activities as only being suitable for one specific gender. At the LEGO Group, we know we have a role to play in putting this right, and this campaign is one of the several initiatives we are putting into place to raise awareness of the issue.
All right, they sold me. They sold me more because I understand that feeling of this person who wants to go play with that or do this and feels like they can't.
Yeah.
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 And they want to eliminate that feeling of those kids feeling like they can't.
Yeah, like these are
Dude,
just
And
boy
I totally,
toys or
and I
just
Question.
think that's totally true.
Question. I agree. I think it's true too. I do have a question from a business standpoint because I'm a businessman. I try to think about things from a business. Do you think this is a good business move for Legos? Do you think they will successfully get, I guess they're trying to probably actually strengthen their female market as well
Mhm.
and say we want to make sure that everybody can feel like they can play with more. So we want to get more girls to play with Legos as well to feel included.
Which I would love. I
Which I would love. I think it's dope.
Legos
I
is the
think-
greatest toy.
I think Legos are amazing. Do you think they will successfully get that market, or do you think it's too late in which the work they've built and making it? But I don't think you probably think it is because you didn't even really recognize it.
No, I hope I plan on getting my niece plenty of Lego.
She plans on throwing them back in your
Kids.
face.
But if she's doesn't gravitate towards them, she doesn't gravitate
Then
towards
you
them.
will play with them.
But I will continue to build them. But also, I'm kind of like, but if she felt like that's boy stuff, that would be like, oh, that's a bummer that you don't feel like you can do that.
That's a bummer that you're not open to stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, but also, I don't know. But then maybe she's like, I just identify really strongly with these things because I identify really strongly as a girl.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with her identifying super strongly as a girl and thinking that these are girl things.
I think
guess
Legos will probably just come out with more girl stuff. Like more girl.
But yeah, if you still come out with more stuff and you're still producing the same amount of your other stuff, which means you're still spending more money to manufacture more, which means your sell through still has to be more, or your percentages go down.
I think they're hoping that their sales will be more, that they'll attract more.
I know what you're hoping. I'm saying, do you think they'll be successful in this? Seeing that Lego has always been, to me,
boy.
direct correlation with boys.
there might
and
be a
everything.
second play though there because they're trying also to like not in their marketing have girls be okay with doing boys things and boys be okay with doing
Good
girls
thing.
things. So if a guy's super into Legos, he won't feel weird about going and getting what he think is a girl's kit because he has a lot of Legos and that one's cool to him.
So what is gender? I guess is it gender unbiased? Gender unbiased Lego look like? Because I'm trying to think about the different properties or licenses that they use, and I'm trying to think of one that you can give me that you're like, that's super gender unbiased.
I think just towns are gender. You know, they do boats.
Oh, you said so
they
that'd
do
be way more like
planes,
just regular stuff.
tree. I mean, all that shit
no
should
characters.
be gender non-biased.
No characters.
I mean, spaceships. That's what I think of. Like, I just don't think these things should ever be gendered male. Like, a spaceship should be able to be both male and female.
So then they're gonna do Friends.
And, you know, aliens if they want. I'm sorry if that's offensive.
E.T.
Just
I call them E.T. No, I just saw Donald Trump Jr. Son tweet. It made me sad about what life really is. But
What did he tweet?
Kyrie sacrificed more than Kaepernick ever did.
What?
Oh. What do you do there? Like, how do you feel about that shit? Or Ted Cruz being like, didn't Ted Cruz say something like that shit too?
I mean, I don't know how you feel. The only person that probably feels really weird is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He definitely does not stand with him in any other way, shape, or form. So for them to be like so on his side, it just, you know, probably makes you feel like, damn, am I on the wrong side of history in this moment?
Mm.
But I don't know, man.
That'd be so great if he went and got vaccinated the next day. It was
But
like,
they know
I
what
realized
they're
I was on the wrong side. So many conspiracies would pop up.
It just bothers me, man. The world that we live in, and like, what?
It bothers me. It bothers me, and I bet it bothers you a lot more. I'm just thinking about that.
Because I am white. Oh my God, Chris! How was your weekend before you got here? You did some. You went on a little trip or something.
Yeah, I went down to Mexico. We
was
rode
dope,
out a
right?
pilot. It was fucking dope.
Sick. How'd it come out?
I think it's really good. I'm excited about it.
Great. Amazing.
Yeah, and it was like the warm water, the salt in there. You know, just,
Yeah.
I feel like
How was the food?
good. I got a churro. That was churro. That was one of my favorite churros I ever
One of the best ones ever.
had. And they
You're
put
still thinking about it
fudge
right
on the
now?
inside, and
Was
I'm
anything in
just-
it, or was it just a regular one?
yeah, they put fudge on the inside. You know,
Oh,
it's
fudge,
like
fudge, yeah.
yeah.
You don't trust the ones with Nutella, do you?
I don't know if it was Nutella. It was chocolate.
No, it was fudge because no one wants to use Nutella.
I hope it wasn't Nutella. It was out of a big yellow bottle.
No,
So
it's fudge, dude.
It looked like
Fudge or poop, one of the other.
looked like mustard, but that was definitely fudge.
Yeah.
It was so good, dude. The crispy outsides of that churro.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I have
episode sponsored by churros.
I've never had anything. Any
Never in
churro
life?
tastes like that. It's like when you go to Italy and you have Italian food and you're like, oh, this is what Italian food tastes like. That's what just happened to me with churros.
Oh, word. Okay.
My life is different than it used to be.
I went to the fight.
How was that?
People was texting me like, "Oh, you sit next to Magic Johnson." Hey,
Oh,
you sit-
really?
I mean, I had decent seats, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if I'm gonna go to the fucking fight, I want to sit close.
How far is Magic from you?
Like, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was on TV, cousin. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But no, the fight itself was fucking incredible. I would say one of the best fights I've ever seen. I'm a big boxing fan, and I think it was in like the top 5 fights in the past 40 years or whatever. It was a hell of a fight.
Wow.
Excuse me, a hell of a fight. Like, Deontay Wilder showed so much heart. He gave his all. His all wasn't good enough. Tyson Fury is definitely better boxer. Really good boxer. Hats off to Tyson Fury. I'm just interested to see where they both go in the sport right now because I feel as though Deontay Wilder can't fight anybody else other than Tyson Fury. I mean, he can fight Anthony Joshua. He can fight other people. I don't know if he wants to. And then Tyson Fury really doesn't have anybody to fight because Deontay Wilder was the best person in the sport. So these two dudes fought in the trilogy. I think they made up to like 50, 60 million this past time or something to do this fight. But yeah, I think they both might be done as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm high too.
So then the new faces of boxing.
Yeah, or me and you.
I have a question.
Tell me what you think about me.
You know that song, Chris?
Tell me the what double do.
Double do.
Double do.
Is it?
Question,
Is that
tell me
so
you
what?
think about me.
So you probably me just nonstop? Is that not the same song? Is that the same song?
Yeah.
All right, back to my question. You can permanently change the price of one item to $1. What is it?
What? For everybody?
For
For
Is this good
yourself
for
or
me
everybody?
or is this good for the economy?
guys.
Just to make it more
Let's
difficult.
think.
I was
I'm
gonna answer it,
thinking $1. So every time I get it, it's $1. That's pretty important.
but
Yeah.
not but not for everybody else.
Yeah, specifically for you.
It's just for me.
For you.
It's $1 every
I'll probably
time.
I'll probably go simple. Do like private jets or something.
Okay.
I would sell them. I would get something that was like super high in value, and I would just get it for $1, and I would sell it
Can
back
you
to other
sell
people.
Not a
them
house?
in this?
Huh?
Not a house?
Well, I thought of houses, but I thought like all.
I
the
get
houses,
every house for $1.
Well, I was saying houses could go. Is it every house?
I was thinking so
Permanently
small
change
at
the price
beginning.
of one item.
Yeah, every house. Then yeah.
I would pick countries.
No, that's not a fucking item.
Why
A
not?
country is not an item.
It could be for sale.
Man, someone could fuck that question up so bad. I don't know. You can buy it and resell it.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Also not an item.
Fuck is this person?
It's not an item.
Come on, Chris.
I gotta think bigger. So you're like, you can say like island,
Like arenas.
island,
Arenas.
arenas.
Yeah,
are
two
only
stadiums
one-
and arenas, Chris.
$1
You can just sell them back.
Yeah.
It's like billions, easy.
Now we're thinking. I still have a whole country.
pieces of
Even though
art.
you were gonna pick
Pieces of art.
you were gonna do like apples or something before we answer. It.
Now I was gonna do houses.
I'm joking.
I gave that one to you.
No,
I gave you mine.
private jets was like
you said
close.
private jets. I was like, cool, cute.
Well, no, I was only going private jets because I was like, well, they're gonna all be based around 5 million or something and above, so I can probably, play with the market a little bit. Versus like you said, all houses. I just didn't think about all houses. And I was like, that's nice.
Does it change the question at all?
Really nice.
Does it change the question at all if it's like part of like the magic spell is that you get to buy it for $1, but you can't sell it for what it's worth?
That's stupid.
What?
like
now
if
you've
the
ruined
spell is
But
surrounding
I
it.
like answering this one too because
Because
it
then
shows
you have to
more about
think
who we are
about-
as people.
Yeah, it's not as
Better
much of an
answer.
investment
Yeah.
question.
More like, why do you want that thing for $1?
Because then you take selling out of the question.
Why?
Can you say tickets and period? So you can just get $1 tickets to anything you want?
But then you're just in the same.
Is
thing
that
we
a
just
double
did.
wish? What?
Oh, I guess you want to sell them.
You can't sell them in this version.
You might sell your tickets because we know that for a fact.
but you can go
Can you
experience.
just sell Chappelle tickets?
Yeah, but I sold them for less than I bought them for.
I'm joking.
If you can say tickets, then it would be like tickets
That's
to
cool.
anything you want to do is only $1.
That is
That's
cool.
pretty dope.
That
I
is
think
dope.
that's a good
I wonder
use.
if you could
That's
pay
a
like
good investment.
vacations, like any vacation you go on, everything's $1.
That feels
That's
that's
though.
the same as.
but that's in
tickets.
everything's $1.
That's it.
My
That's not
vacation
fair.
is $1. My whole
I
vacation.
think it's one
hotel.
No, not
That's like
whole
saying my
vacation.
grocery store trip is $1.
You would have to do like
It's Dollar Tree.
can't
you would have to
say
do
that.
like hotel,
Huh?
hotel
room
or flights. Which one do you want?
No, I don't want that one anymore. I don't want vacations anymore. I'm sticking with a house.
House is good
House is great, but you
Yeah.
can't sell
because
it.
then you
That's fine.
you
I
can't
live
sell
here.
it, but you still have houses.
Oh, but you
everywhere.
didn't buy all of them, and then you can just.
But
like,
you got to
people-
pay to furnish them.
Oh my God! Did you eat fucking greens and cornbread? You stink, Nucky.
You're gonna have a little bit of a problem with if you get like a bunch of houses. You got to remember that
Taxes and stuff.
I don't think
Is that
so.
where you were
I
going?
think it's $1, but I think maintenance or just like furnishing those houses, you're you again.
Yeah, but
Like you can't.
I'm me again.
Well, I
What?
just like
Broke bitch.
for me, I could have fucking 10 houses, but then I wouldn't
What
be able
is
to
wrong
fill
with
more
well,
than
Chris,
2 of
the
them.
houses that I will be buying
you
are
and-
already furnished. Thank you.
Wait,
What?
that's not how that works. It's
just
one
made it
item.
up. Right
No,
now.
you can buy a house as is.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So you're only
Those
finding
are
houses.
only the
That's
houses
how the
that I'm
magic
buying.
works.
They're normally trash, so you can have
No,
them.
some of them are actually really
None
good.
are great.
No, they're actually really good. And I'll Airbnb my house.
We already
Bitch.
said you couldn't rent it out.
Foundation is not.
It's not renting it. It's Airbnb.
It's the same thing.
No. All right. If it was a $1 for everyone universally, what would you guys think?
Oh,
about?
I forgot about that
better.
part.
I know it was out here. I like that.
Is it the same magic where the people get paid?
The people get no.
No.
So it would be like if I said concert tickets in this reality, it would suck because
Okay.
No, not
person
necessarily, because you can still
People
do,
get paid
Like
50%.
They can still get paid good money if you're doing an arena and it's 20,000 people and it's $1 per.
Oh yeah.
That's $20,000 right there. If you rent out the arena, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know necessarily, but I do agree with you. Concert tickets might be a little stingy.
unless the magic
Springsteen
unless the
needs his
magic
money.
happens, but it's like it's a foundation that is still making sure that, you know, whatever concert we're seeing, that artist gets their money they'd normally make, but the magic happens that we all just paid $1.
All right, Chris. What would,
I still
Sheila?
I don't like tickets. It would be everything would be sold out all the time. It'd be really fucking annoying. I wouldn't choose tickets.
So what was yours?
I don't know. I was just asking. I was asking about the rules of the world.
Mine would be food
Okay.
That's
for people. Yeah.
That's nice.
but also not one night. That's not one item. But.
Fuck you.
Okay, mine would be hospital visits.
Visits? You charge people to visit the people in the
like
hospital?
Any hospital bill. Any hospital bill.
Nope, you already,
already said it.
You're charging people
Already
to visit
said
their
it.
loved ones in the hospital. You're sick.
You already said it.
$1 to
No,
get in here.
I mean hospital bills.
Hey, it's saying,
No.
they're saying
The
Granny has
magic.
10 minutes. They're saying Granny has 10 minutes. $1, sir.
But also it's $1. Like,
Can she see me?
Why is it? Well, a girl made a wish on a podcast,
and didn't think it all the way through.
and now we have to charge people $1 to visit their grandma.
Oh, God. What did you do?
I was gonna say pizza, but now that you said
That's damn near
hospital,
$1, motherfucker.
pizza.
Why would you pick
Yeah, that's already like not expensive.
You're picking. Yeah.
You guys, pizza's $1.
My stupid ass thought about rice, and I was like, no, rice is already cheap as shit.
$1.
Yeah, you can't pick something that's already cheap, Chris. They make pizzas. Domino's sells
You do
$5.
gas.
Gas is always $1.
Yeah,
Or
no matter what.
Teslas.
So you mean overall, you mean $1 a gallon.
$1 to fill your tank.
That's nice. No matter what. You're
No
killing
matter
you
what.
got 18 wheelers.
$1.
But you're
Yeah.
killing the
Are
fucking
we? Yeah, I was like, wait,
environment.
are we killing the
You're
environment?
killing
That's
the
why I said
environment.
Teslas.
Teslas
Teslas are
are
$1,
$1.
so everyone has the option to drive a Tesla.
What would empower people the most?
Education.
Education is worth $1. I guess you could do that.
Education is worth $1 right now. But
In my book, education's worth $1. Stupid.
I wouldn't say. You think education would be the most?
Most beneficial. Education or health insurance or something like
I
that.
think health insurance. Or
Empower people though. Education empowers people. That's what
You
I was
think
looking
education empowers people?
for. Yeah, definitely.
I think finances empowers people.
But you can't. Okay.
No, that's stupid. If you're gonna say you can't,
I didn't. I said you can't give finances for $1.
I would say
I know that's why. That's
$10,000 should only cost $1 for everybody.
I agree with that. Every time $1 million for me is $1.
$1 million should only cost.
But wouldn't
$1.
that make just like the price of everything go up?
Yeah, definitely.
For you
Yeah.
guys.
Unless the
Oh,
magic-
you're saying
This
for
is for
you.
just me again.
Mm.
So if you have a PhD in magic, let us know, and we will
And we will sue you for
Buy.
$5,100. So $25,000.
or
Can
yeah.
we bring a psychic on here soon?
We should in the back
If you
of the
guys
car.
know any psychics that are in LA,
And if you're a psychic that knew we would ask this question,
and that's how you came to this podcast,
please hit us up.
now
want
is the
you.
time. Email Wine and Weed Podcast.
And if you are a dog psychic
At
and you think you can
gmail.com.
figure out what's going on with Nucky,
We'd
that'd
also
be a
like to
great
talk
episode.
to a dog psychic.
yeah, what kind of experts do you guys think we should have on?
write us below and subscribe.
Like, comment, share.
And of course, smash that subscribe button.
Smash, smash, smash. All right, Team 10. We're going to get you later.
We'll see you next time.
Zip it
Zip it out.